Good morning, and welcome. Good morning, welcome to the Good Morning Education Show. My name is Rotimi Itai, and it's such a pleasure to be here. We're streaming from Lagos, West Africa to Africa and the entire world. It's an opportunity. It's a pleasure to be here once again. And we are back and we are better. And we hope that we also want to say good morning, Internet. So we hope that we don't have connectivity issues today. We are going to be taking news within and around the world of education. But not only that, we will also be having an opportunity to dissect conversations and topic of today um, as well. So stay tuned as we continue. And please do let us know as you join us where you're streaming from. Tell us your location. Tell us where you're streaming from and let us know. And we will be willing to mention your name and your location. And if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask your questions on the subject matter of the day. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Good Morning Education Show. We're going to start with the first headline. And the first headline says Federal Government using JAM surplus to fund varsities, polytechnics, says spokesperson. And this is coming, you know, I think this is a very good development because we've been talking about this for a while. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has vowed to continue its practice of remitting its operating surpluses to the government, saying the funds are used to manage varsities, polytechnics, and other tertiary institutions. The spokesperson of the board in a statement on Monday. According to Benjamin, the board does not believe in holding on to surpluses and hence remit are the first in the history of the 4 decade old age and the fees are made to be paid. And at any rate, the board does not believe it should hold on to one that does not belong to it. The statement added, in addition, it might also interest the public to know that never in the history of tertiary institutions in Nigeria have the institution benefited from the board's operation as they now do. So JAM is remitting 3.5 billion naira as 2021 is what actually is the true picture. Because the man added that the board will continue its practice of remitting the constitutionally mandated proportion of its instant government directives or remittance. For instance, a huge chunk of this surpluses are plowed back to tertiary institutions through the National Tertiary Admission Performance Merit Award and other platforms. Well, we hope to get to hear from them, as the case may be. The next headline says Oshun teacher recruitment or Oshun teacher recruitment list out by November 15. Oshun teacher recruitment list out by November. State is in the news, and Osun State is planning recruitment, obviously. The Osun State government has announced that the shortlisted candidates for the state's test come 20 on November 15. This was disclosed by the special advisor to the governor on education, Honorable Jamiu Olawumi, while fielding questions from journalists at the weekend in Osogbo. Olawumi said, before the middle of the month, the list of successful and shortlisted applicants will be announced. I can tell you today that before the second week of November, in fact, before November 15th, our teachers will be announced. I can tell you the list is ready. We've compiled the list and it will be out by November 15th. We've conducted interviews for all the applicants. The interview was majorly micro teaching to know their mode of teaching and also if were not competent. Graduates who do not know functions of production, graduates who do not know the opportunity because without speaking on the policy put in place to improve the quality of education in the state, Olawi said that Governor Oyetola gave education. He said, we are building good schools. The school environment has become something meaningful. Our government has never relented in infrastructure upgrade of schools. Our schools must be attract beautiful. Now we are recruiting teachers. All right, this is coming from these teachers. On to the Good Money Application Show, and I would like to thank you for joining. And on that note, we're moving on to another conversation this morning on the 9th of November session. And our topic today is a bit more of a follow up of what we had yesterday. And the idea is let's create a build up so that everyone can actually get to understand our focus. So I'd like to say thank you, Michael, for joining. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we're talking about let's get excellent. It's sometimes should over complain about the need of demand. This mantra, excellent environment, great excellence, excellent people. We want to not be restricted just to mere definition. I would like must be seen from the perspective as a concept, right? As a concept. I know when you look at excellence from concept, a conceptual feeling, it gives a better understanding of what we should, you know, see excellence as. I would like it's not just a state as it were, and to sometimes get to know some things better. By the time you understand what they're not, then you tend to get to know what I would like to say what excellence is not. A lot of times people consider excellence to be, how do you put it now? People consider excellence to be perfection. Perfection is not excellence. And I'd like us to recognize that perfection is excellence. What I would say um, Excellence should be has the capacity of not being improved upon, right? But whereas excellence is something you can improve on. Excellence for me, I think, is just experiencing the best state and version of a thing, a process, of a person, really call it, that state of being the best version, something that you could always say at that time in particular that this was the best there was available. Can be excellent. I see excellence coming out from different perspectives. I normally tell people that way. And amongst those many things, number one is that we need to stress excellence in our output and be people of excellence. We should seek excellence. We should find excellence. In our output, excellence is a must. But then we don't stop there. What we just do. Excellence should also be in our culture. We must be people to say that let's make sure that excellence is seen in what we do. But also a lot. But they are not in a state of excellence. We are off devoid. The desire is to make sure that people get to understand that for excellence to in a state of being, it must be actionified identity becoming our culture. It's in everything they do, both from the in their activity, not up luxury, money, showing something expensive. It's not so. Excellence is the best, inclusive of effort. Most of the time, people do, but they don't deserve. They don't do things the best that can be available. And this is why we sometimes get to see with excellence as a must, and I believe that this is where it really helps to make people understand that if we've not been, then we need to begin to look at how we can seek to be best version of ourselves from time to time, from day to day, from moment to moment. That's really what it is all about. So I believe that when we look at excellence, then we begin to have a perfect and balanced perspective, because then we don't put ourselves under undue pressure. You see, and what I like to reiterate for those who are listening and those who watch us later Excellence is not, I repeat, excellence is not perfection. When you say something is perfect, it means it can be improved upon. It means the best state of something that can never go beyond that. However, you can be more excellent in speaking. You can be more excellent in writing. You can be more excellent in acting. You can be more excellent in your presentation. You can be more excellent with your presentation skills. You can be more excellent in relationship management. You can be more excellent in respect. That shows obviously that we're not talking about perfection. Why? Because there is improvement from time to time. There's improvement from time to time. There's improvement from time to time. And you may be wondering and asking, where, in what way, with what dimension should we be excellent? I think that we should be excellent across the divide. I think that the first thing is that our outlook must be that showcases excellence. When people look at us, what do they see? When people look at our work, what do they see? Our footprint as organization, you know, what do they see? We need to ask ourselves, do they see excellence? Do they see being excellent? You know, this is something that is, and it takes effort. You see, when you live your life anyhow, when you act anyhow, when you do your work anyhow, it tends to fall short of excellence. And then people begin to wonder, why is this so? You know, you need to begin to look at it from that angle and begin to work towards, making excellence a lifestyle, making excellence something that you are able to push and keep pushing the boundaries of excellence so that everyone can eventually see that it's a purposeful thing, it's a meaningful thing, it's practicable, and then, of course, it's something that is profitable. Yes, I repeat, it's something that is profitable. You see, just being excellent can serve as a unique selling point. A lot of people sometimes get picked, you know, over others because of the excellent experience, because of the excellence that they exude, because of the excellence in their sacrifice. They take an extra mile, they do extra things, they go longer way, they show that they are people of excellence. Is not just icing on the cake. See, we need to look at it from a very, very, very broad-based perspective. Like I said, it's conceptual, you know. So it's just like if somebody scored 90 over 100, you probably say excellent on 100 over 100. It's talking about the effect and the impact of what you do on other people, on customers, on superiors, and your colleagues. These are things that we must recognize, you know, and not waste too much time on the show today. I just want to encourage everyone out there to commit themselves because excellence is something you have to commit to. It will take time. Excellence is an investment that will yield, but it will take time. It comes out better with time. You see, sometimes you see a lot of people when they check out the beginning of something, when they started something, when they started with a particular task or project or whatever, you find out that over a period of time, if they apply themselves positively, if they group themselves positively, and if they improve on it, you'll find that there's been a bit of a change. There's been a difference. They feel, oh, this is different. This is better. And this is the same thing that applies. When we look at it in a retrospect, you can say that yes, excellence is actually something that gets better with time. So your excellent nature today can be improved upon tomorrow. Being excellent today doesn't mean you will be static tomorrow. So it's a principle that's why I said it's a moving target. It's a principle that you can improve on. And every day you are expected to be better than your yesterday. Every day you are meant to be better than your best. That is what excellence signifies. And I hope everyone is taking it into heart that if you will be excellent, you must commit. Commitment is something that is deliberate, is intentional. It doesn't happen by chance, it doesn't happen by luck. Commitment is something you are conscious of, something you understand. And this is how to build and brew yourself into greatness, you know, and that's really it. So as we move into the week and as we move into the month and as we move towards the end of the year, I think it's very important that we take on this mandate and embrace this call. See it as a personal call, not just a collective call. See it as a personal mandate, not just a collective mandate. At this time that we all get excellent, we become excellent, we act excellent, we do excellent. You think excellence so that everywhere you go, you are able to practice it, live it out. You don't bring it out on great days, you don't bring it out on paid days alone. You bring it out on all days. Your signature, your identity will be stamped based on the quality of the excellent outcome and excellent lifestyle that you have. I hope this has been helpful to people out there. And, yes, you must commit. Thank you, Michael. I hope this has been helpful to people out there. And I believe that you will begin to ask yourself, as you move on, what should be done? In fact, there are three practical steps that you could take into getting into this in a practical level. Number one is, what are the things that must stop if you will be excellent, if you must get excellent in your work, in your life, in your career, in your pursuits as a human being? Certain things must stop because you see, if we are not excellent or we've not been excellent or we are not excellent enough or we are not continuing or advancing in excellence, then something is causing it. And because something is or what we have allowed must stop. Things Some things must stop. You see, there are many people that are too tied, to sentiments. They are too tied to sympathy. They are too tied to their weaknesses. They are too tied to so many things, and it's robbing them of excellent mindset. They are just mediocre. They are just average. So you need to ask yourself, what things must stop? We stop if we want to get excellent? What is robbing us of excellence? The number two thing is that now, mind you, what must be stopped is different from what must start. Because once you stop something, you must replace it. It can't be empty. You can't leave it in vacuum. If you stop certain things, then you ask yourself, what must start? What must I start? What must we start? What must we start doing? What must we start embracing? What must we start living out? What must stop? What must start? And then what should we continue with? There are many times there are things that we do, they are okay, they are right, they are on the right direction in the path of excellence, but it just needs consistency and continuity. So you ask yourself, what must continue? What are things I'm doing right that must continue with intensity? When you are able to identify these three things, it puts you on a practical path, in a practical way to start off your journey for excellence. And I believe when you're able to do this, you begin to see visible improvement. You begin to see a turnaround, both in the short term and obviously in the long term. And if we are serious about it, we can start today. If we are serious about it, we can make it happen. And we just look at practical areas of work, areas of life, areas of career, areas of a lot of things that we find excellence missing. Apply what must stop, what should start, what should continue, and we begin to start off a journey, an adventure into the world of continued excellence. We're going to end on this note today and bring this show to a close. And I hope that this has been useful. I hope you learned something today. And I hope that you begin to live out that life in true meaning, no procrastination about this, right? I'd like you to make sure um, that you join us tomorrow. We'll be here same time, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Good Morning Education Show. It's going to be a fantastic time. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you, and God bless you as we go. We like to say that parting words that we have. It's always a great morning. Oh, we have a guest on the show right now. Derry, good morning.
Good morning. How you
Thank
doing?
you for joining. I'm sure you are driving to the bank so that you collect some money.
I'm going to school.
School too, there's bank in school now.
Okay, no wahala. Maybe we'll just stop by at the bank and ask them to open an empty account for us.
All right, today I was just wrapping up on the show, but I just want to hear your thoughts on let's get excellent. I'm sure so that I don't delay your focus on the road as well. Just give us your word on excellence and confidence.
Well, let's get excellent. I think excellence begins with a personal conviction to be because I typically when somebody creates an agenda of excellence for you, you don't deliver. Let's just put it that way. But if it starts with you, because things will always get tough on the road to excellence or you trying to be excellent at something. Even as a teacher, for instance, you want to be excellent at teaching, but you would always find is whether you find students who would who want to get on your last nerve and you ask yourself why do you want to do this? Or it's even your colleagues or the system itself that gets on your last nerve and you're like, okay, it's not like they are paying us different salaries. Let's just get to like let's blend in. I don't have to be excellent. I don't know. There are things that will come like that. So if it is an agenda that was set for you, like um, by someone else, it's most likely not going to work. But if it is you that sets that this thing, there is you have that conviction about anything you set your mind to, just keep doing it. So that's my thought on excellence. As in, when you say let's get excellent, that's my thought. It has to be a personal thing, and that's why most of the time I'm always that advocate of um, I spend my time on working on people's mindset when I want them to get to do something, whether even my staff or my students or anything. I spend most like my onboarding system is always the most is always like very, very important for me because I thought if I can work on your mind to believe it or to want to do it, then my work is easier. So excellence comes from the mind and it has to be a personal thing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And interestingly, we have the excellent teacher joining us on the show. Well, from the other side in the comment section. So I guess the topic triggered are joining us today. Excellent. Excellent. So thank you. You've actually buttressed the point I made that it's something that has to be personalized, something that you must see as your own thing for it to be lived out in true sense of it. You must take it as a personal thing. And it's not just something that people subscribe to because someone said be excellent. You must internalize and accept it. And it takes commitment to be excellent. And it's a moving target. So you won't say, well,
Yeah.
I was excellent on Monday. So
No, no. It's a moving thing.
excellence
As in,
is
you
a,
have
is a
to keep at
constant
it.
demand. Yes.
Yeah. And that's what
Yes. So,
people forget. Like I always say, you're as good as your yesterday, or like your yesterday is gone. Just you have to keep being excellent. So people think it is when people set it as a destination, they are disappointed because they expect reward for the excellence. Like they expect reward and they expect the reward to always have that loud ovation all the time. But I'm like, once they give you an okay, let's say they give you best teacher, best person at anything. The moment it goes and you feel like, oh, you start to feel like you're underappreciated because nobody is speaking noise about it again. The ovation is gone and all that stuff. So it has to be something that you're continually striving to do to achieve, like in your daily life. It should be a way of life, it should be a lifestyle. So
thank you so much. And then she's saying it takes commitment to the excellent. Yes, absolutely. So thank you, excellent teacher. I think we need to have excellent teacher on the show one of these days. So
yeah.
holla, you send me a message so we have an excellent show with the excellent teacher. All right. On that note, we'll just call it a day. We'll have one of the shortest episodes today. All right. So wishing you a great day, Derry. So we'll just say
Okay.
our parting words. It's always ready. Once we go, it's always
Always a great
a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show. Thank you so much.
show.
Have a great
Have a
day.
great day.
Bye.
Bye.